Hey everybody, and welcome to our Greene Acres. In today's video, I'm going to show y'all how we can upcycle some thrifted finds. We're going to make some really creative home decor, and I'm also, at the end of the video, I'm going to take y'all along thrift store shopping with me. I'm going to show you some items that you can pick up for decor for your home that's very budget friendly, or you can find some pieces at the thrift store that you can bring home, upcycle, refresh, and give them a new life. Now, I purchased this candlestick holder at a thrift store. I think I got it at Goodwill, and I think it was $10. It is black, and it's pretty the way it is, but I'm going to show you how we can, take it up another level. Of course, I'm going to take it outside if I can and spray paint anything that I can, because it's just so much faster, and it really gets, a really good layer of paint on your projects. I love to use Rust-Oleum, and I always use, my favorite is a flat or a matte finish, and I love to use their white color. So I always have this on hand. So I brought it inside once it was painted, and I'm going to show you how you can just add another level to this. I just added a wood carved applique to this, and I always have several designs of this linked to my Amazon store, but I always have pieces like this on hand because they add such a special detail to your projects. I'm just going to add it to the front using some hot glue. I went around and distressed the piece just to bring back a little bit of that black. I styled it with a pipe cleaner rag wreath that I've made in a previous video in a bird's nest.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Some love, lonesome love.
Now I'm going to show you how we can take a beautiful thrifted frame. This one is solid wood, and I love the oval shape. Anytime I find an oval shaped frame out in the wild, I always pick it up if it's a good price. I just went over it with a couple of layers of Dixie Belle paint. Now I'm just getting Ben to help me make a back for the frame, because a lot of times when you find frames, they may have the glass missing and they may not have a back. But a lot of times you can use foam board, and you can get this at Dollar Tree, and a lot of times you can get a sheet of it at Dollar General. So we just cut out a piece that would fit the frame. Now we're going to use this beautiful piece of decoupage paper, and I will have this linked to my Amazon store, but it's going to make a beautiful background for our project today. I'm going to apply the decoupage paper to the foam board, and I'm using DIY liquid patina, but you could always use Mod Podge too. I'm going to go over the back of it, seal it in really good on the top, and then I'm going to roll over it with my brayer just to smooth out any of that excess decoupage medium and any wrinkles or bubbles. Now I'm going to go around my frame, and I'm going to take a soft cloth. I'm going to rub some clear wax on my frame, and this will just give it a really pretty satin smooth finish. Now I'm going to go around, and I'm going to cut off that excess decoupage paper, and I'm going to put the background piece back in the frame. I'm just going to secure it in using some hot glue around the edges. Now we've got our beautiful frame ready, and now let's add a beautiful detail to it. I'm going to use this dress form. I upcycled this in a video a couple weeks ago, and I'll have it linked down below if you want to see the project that I made with this. But I'm going to take a tutu, and I got this at the thrift store in the children's section. So a lot of times, make sure to check the children's section and the children's clothes, because sometimes you can find some great project pieces. Now I just wrapped the tutu around the dress form because of what I want is for it to have a good fit around the waist. I don't want it to be bulky around the back because I want it to lay flat when I lay it on that decoupage paper background. Once I got the tutu positioned where I wanted it, then I'm just going to go in on the back, and I'm just going to use some hot glue and tack it down. Once I've got that done, then I'm just going to go around and I'm going to shape it. And like I say, you want your tutu to lay flat, especially in the back, because what we're going to do is, I'm not going to hot glue it to the background. I'm going to use this self-stick tape, and I got this at Dollar Tree. You get 2 rolls in this pack for $1.25. There's a wider piece, and then there's a roll that's a little bit thinner. So I'm going to take a piece of the wider tape, and I'm going to apply the top, and then I'm also going to add a piece of the thinner down there where the little stand is, and I'm just going to tack it down. That way, if I ever want to take this off and do something else with my frame, hopefully when I take this tape off, it won't damage my decoupage paper.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love.
Here's another frame project. I'm going to take a frame, and I'm going to take this decoupage paper, and I'm also going to take the piece of this one that I've used on previous projects, but I still have some left. Now I'm going to take a frame, and this one I think I got a couple of years ago at a yard sale, and I only paid maybe $1 for it. And you can see it's got some damage up there in the corner, and it's kind of more of a shiny black. I'm going to give it a fresh coat of paint and go all around it. Give it a couple coats, and I'm using Dixie Belle's color in Caviar. This is a beautiful matte black top chalk paint, so I'm just going to go around, and it's got a really good coverage, and it looks really smooth. So if you're looking for a really pretty black chalk paint, I highly recommend this one, and I'll leave a link for it down below. So I went all over the frame. Once it got dry, I went outside and I went over it with my electric sander really well and gave it some distressing. As you can see, in kind of those grooves and in the corners, there was a little bit of that shiny paint peeking through. So I just took some sandpaper, I folded it in half, and I went around the tops and the bottoms and in the corners, and I tried to sand off more of that as I could. It still has a little bit left, but we're going to go with it the way it is. Now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to show you, I just went outside, I took the backing off of a large picture frame, and it's got some really good structured cardboard to it, and I just cut a piece to fit inside my frame. Now I'm going to take that beautiful decoupage paper, and I'm going to take that larger decoupage paper that I have that I've been using on previous projects. I'm going to cut a couple little strips from it. This larger decoupage paper has a lot of the coordinating colors of this beautiful one that has this dress form, so I'm going to use it to kind of make some sides. And a very helpful tip when you're ordering your decoupage paper, try to find some that also has some coordinating colors. That way you can mix them together. So if your decoupage paper that you have, you know, the design is on it that you want to use, but it's not the right size for your project piece, you can fit coordinating colors of decoupage paper together and make it all work. Now, I've had this little drawer front for years. I've had it in my supplies. I've never known what to do with it. Well, we're going to add it to this frame just to add another level of detail. I'm going to start by measuring off the center of where I need to put my dress form paper down. I'm going to apply it first. And so it doesn't shift around, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just apply some glue stick and get one strip glued down. Now on this, and I've showed this in previous projects, when I'm working with a cardboard backing, I don't like to use a liquid decoupage medium so it won't make the, because sometimes cardboard can warp and it doesn't do well when it gets wet. So a glue stick is perfect for this type project. So I did put some duct tape on the back just to hold my cardboard in so it wouldn't shift around. And so now I'm going to work with the sides. And again, I'm just going to apply those using glue stick, and I just work in sections. I got one strip applied and got it laid on really good. And then I roll over the whole thing as I'm going with my brayer. That way it will smooth out any wrinkles or bubbles, and it'll give you a good... It'll make sure that your decoupage paper is adhered to your surface really well. So I just like to work over it with the brayer, and that way it'll just work out a lot of those wrinkles, and it'll make it lay really smooth. Now this decoupage paper that I'm putting on the sides, it really coordinates well with this other decoupage paper and really pulls out some of those beautiful colors, and now it'll look like I kind of have a matte around this. And I did push the decoupage paper with the dress form. I pushed it all the way to the top. Since we're going to add that little drawer to our frame, you're not going to be able to see the bottom of this piece. Now I'm just going to put it back in the frame, and using those same pieces of duct tape that I was using to secure it earlier, I'm just going to use those to put it inside the frame and secure it really well. I'm not even going to hot glue it, but you could if you wanted to. Now I'm going to take that drawer front and I'm going to add a decorative detail to this. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some hot glue on the edges of it and glue it on.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love. Lonesome love, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love. Remember when we were getting nowhere fast, when the garden won't stop giving back.
Okay, y'all, are y'all ready to go thrift store shopping? I've been bringing y'all along at the end of my videos here lately, and y'all really enjoy going thrift shopping with me. And I know I love bringing y'all along. So we're going to go to Goodwill again today. I go to Goodwill a lot because anytime I go to town, I always try to stop in and see what they have new. They always have a color of the week that'll be half off. Sometimes I do find some things that I do get half off, and you can get them at really good deals. So let's go in and see what we can find. The first thing I spotted was this Benefit Makeup Collectible 10. I went out and did some research on it. It looks like it's worth about around the $15 range, but they had $2.99 on it. The next thing that I thought were absolutely beautiful were these lanterns. But I had to leave these because these were priced up at $19.99 each. These are really pretty as is. If you cleaned them up, and they would also be really pretty if you painted them. I thought this was a neat piece for a rustic farmhouse kitchen. It was $5.99. I thought it was priced a little too expensive, but I do love the distressing on it, and I think that is just natural distressing. It looks like it's old. I'm not sure if it is or just made to look old. But right next to it was a really unique find, and I absolutely love this. This was only 99 cents, but this is just a wire mesh shoe. But of course I threw this in the basket because I have a vision for this, so y'all be looking for this in an upcoming video. Right around the corner was this beautiful basket on the end cap. I love this metal detail on it. I think it was priced at $3.99. I started to get it, but I ended up putting it back because I couldn't decide where I would put it in my home. This right here is a cute little project piece. I love little galvanized smalls like this. It looks like it was purchased at Dollar General for $6 and it was 99 cents. On the kitchen aisle, they had this beautiful rusted pan. I would not do anything to this. It was $1.99, but I love that natural patina on it. And looky here, here is a tutu. So don't pass up the children's clothes. Always be on the lookout for those little tutus because they make great project pieces. Over here was another beautiful basket. I love the distressing on this one. It was $4.99, and this basket right here was really large. I started to get it, but again, I thought, where in the world would I put this? And I love the color of it, so I probably wouldn't have even painted it. They had this really large wire basket. This, I think, was more like a laundry basket. I think it was priced at $8.99, and I love the rope detail on the handles. Now, right next to this was a few pieces of furniture. This antique wooden rocker, it was $39.99. This right here was absolutely beautiful, and it's already sold. I went back in, a day or two later, this piece is gone. Now, look at these vintage wooden frames. These were $1.99 each, and you can tell these are vintage by the girl's hairstyle. in the photo of these, because this is how my hair was styled for my senior portrait back in 1981. These little frames right here, I've got a project coming up using these. So if you see these out, get these, because I'm going to show you how we can make something really pretty with a frame like this. This one right here was $1.99. My Goodwill always has beautiful frames, and they always have so many to choose from, and I always pick them up to have them on hand for different kinds of projects. This one right here was wood. Look at all the ornate detail. It was only $1.99, so I definitely picked it up. This right here was a poster, and it was 99 cents. I picked her up because I thought she would be really pretty. We can frame her and do something with her. But as I turned around and looked at the back of it, look where it come from. It had been for sale at Unclaimed Baggage for $4. This frame right here, I had to turn it over because it has slats in the front, but I wasn't for sure if that was just made to look like that or if it was actual slats. But it is actual slats, so I think that would be a great project piece. So I brought it home, and it was $3.99. Now, I left there, and on my way home, I passed by the Salvation Army. While I'm passing by, they don't open till 10, but if I ever catch them open, I always like to stop in and see what they have. And like I told y'all, this Salvation Army is small. They don't have the inventory like Goodwill, but their prices are really good. I found this brass wall pocket planter. It was $1. So I definitely picked it up because we will definitely be making something with it for spring and summer. I love wall pockets. This right here looks like a Pioneer Woman piece. I'm not real sure, but if you know, let me know. It was only 50 cents. These right here were they had several of these in different shapes, but they were all 50 cents each. I don't know if these are like little dipping bowls, or you could use these. You could put little votive candles in them. But you can see all those little bowls, those make nice little pieces to put little sauces and dips in for only 50 cents. These candle holders right here I thought were really pretty, and they would be really pretty with some candle votives in them. And I think they were 50 cents each. Look at this Mikasa piece, $1.50. So my Salvation Army, y'all, their prices are really cheap. Like I say, they don't have as much inventory as Goodwill, but you can't beat their prices. So I hope y'all enjoyed going thrift shopping with me, and I hope you enjoyed seeing the DIY projects that I made in today's video. Make sure to follow me over on all the social media, and make sure you are subscribed to my channel because I have a lot of content coming your way. I hope to see y'all again next week in a brand new video. Until then, I hope all of y'all have a great week, and I love y'all, and I'll see you again soon.